Well, just checking the weather. Boy, it's been a wild and woolly night in Oklahoma. Had, pardon me, numerous tornadoes. Several people hurt during the night. Thankfully, at this point of time, no reports of any death, but lots and lots of property damage. It's hey, it's just that time of the year in Oklahoma. Uh, you know, when I came into the office this morning about 4 o'clock, uh, you should have seen the lightning display. Wow, absolutely incredible. Well, anyway, welcome back. My name is Don K. Preston. I am the president of Preterist Research Institute of Ardmore, Oklahoma, and this is what I call my morning musings. We are currently involved in a study of the eschatology of the parables of Jesus. You know, we've taken a look at why Jesus told the parables. Pardon me. He told the parables according to his own words because there were some who did not believe, who refused to believe. And the parables were told so that they would not grasp his message. They would continue in their unbelief. Now, I suggested to you this is part of what is known as the Messianic secret. This is a well-known concept in scholarship for centuries. But I want to look this morning at another reason why Jesus told the parables. Now remember, he said, I'm telling the parables because they refuse to see, they refuse to hear, they refuse to repent, but I'm telling the parables so that you, his apostles, might understand. We're going to skip over the next 3 parables that he told, not that we're going to ignore them, we're coming back to them, so that we can look at additional information about the purpose of the parables. Now remember, we've already been told that the parables are to, as it were, strengthen the unbelief of the unbelievers, to perplex them, so that they would reject Jesus and eventually turn on him and kill him. Messianic secret. But after telling 3 more parables, the parable of the sower and the harvest, the parable of the mustard seed, and the parable of the yeast, Matthew chapter 13 says, all these things Jesus spoke to the multitude in parables, and without a parable, just can't seem to shake that cough, and without a parable he did not speak to them, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things kept secret from the foundation of the world. Oh, well, here we have Matthew citing Jesus as to why he told the parables. Now, we could look at that and we could say, well, okay, he spoke in parables because the Old Testament predicted that Messiah would speak in parables. Well, Psalm 78 is the passage that is being quoted. But if we simply took the view that he spoke in parables to fulfill the prophecy that said Messiah would speak in parables, we've missed the point. Notice that Jesus himself, citing the text, says, I will open my mouth in parables, I will utter things kept secret from the foundation of the world. In other words, telling of the parables was for one aspect of his audience, for the open-hearted, for the open-minded, for those who had their eyes open, for those who had their ears open, for those who had open hearts. The parables were to reveal the mysteries of God. Remember in the former section, in the former video, I pointed out how Jesus said, blessed are your eyes, his disciples, his apostles, because they see. Blessed are your ears, because they're hearing. You're seeing, you're hearing what the prophets desired to see, but they didn't. Now he's citing Psalm 78, which says the parables would be told to reveal the things previously a mystery from the foundation of the world. So we have a paradox. On the one hand, the parables would harden the hearts of the unbelievers. On the other hand, the parables were intended to unfold the mystery of God to those with open hearts, so that they would be able basically to go, as Jesus would tell the parables, and very often, as he is about to do for us here in Matthew 13, as he was interpret those parables, they would go, oh, is that what those Old Testament prophets actually foretold? The parables, therefore, once again, were to harden the hearts of the unbelievers. Those who did not have, who refused to have the open the open heart and the open mind, the open eyes, the open ears. To them, Jesus' parables were nothing but enigmatic. To those eager to listen, eager to learn, eager to know, they unfolded the true meaning of Old Testament prophecy. Wow. Once we grasp that the parables were to reveal the true meaning of the Old Testament, once we grasp that the parables were to open up the mysteries of God to his disciples, then we can begin to come closer to understanding the eschatology in the parables of Jesus. This is fascinating and important stuff. Do not forget, folks, you need to get a copy of my material, my 32-lesson series on the parables, and then the 2006 Preterist Pilgrim Weekend on the eschatology of the parables. Go to my website, eschatology.org or BibleProphecy.com. Order one or both, and I'll refund your shipping. All right? Thank you so much for joining me on this morning's Morning Musings. Lord willing, we'll see you on Monday with more on the eschatology of the parables of Jesus. You don't want to miss it.